Speaking fluently in a foreign language without any trouble is the dream of any language student. But maybe you don't realize that in order to start speaking fluently, comfortably, automatically in Russian, you just need to take one small step. Hi, I'm Denis, co-founder of Learning to Know Russian. Welcome and thank you for joining us. For some reason, lots of people find speaking in Russian to be something extremely complicated and exhausting. You have to focus hard, remember all the rules, translate words. The average student likes to collect knowledge. They memorize words, rules, tables, but they find it hard to use all of that knowledge. It's difficult to answer questions because there is so much to remember. When they build their response, pay attention to this word, build. So what does a typical Russian language lesson look like? The students have notebooks and textbooks. There's a ton of information to learn. The teacher explains things and writes on the board. Everyone listens carefully. Open your books on page 74, exercise 252. What are the exercises like? Insert the missing words, answer the questions. You have to make sure you don't make a mistake. Remember all the rules and translate absolutely everything. Do you think you will learn to speak fast and easy after an experience like that? I don't think so. Sometimes the teacher will say something in Russian. Hopefully your teacher can speak Russian. Something boring. Мой отец инженер на фабрике. While the class repeats what they say and over again, anyone, even parrots, can listen to what people say, memorize words, and use excellent pronunciation. But you need to do more than that. You want to be able to hold a conversation, not just pronounce something the right way. Do you remember our repetition lesson? That's a skill you need, but it will not teach you how to hold a conversation or think in Russian. Some teachers like to force students to talk. They make their students say something, anything. What an artificial, unpleasant approach to language. Do you think being forced to say something will help you speak more comfortably? Will you enjoy talking in Russian after an experience like that? I'd like to tell you Marika's story. She's from Japan. In general, Japanese students are very hard-working. They will do whatever you ask, but that doesn't always mean success when learning a language. It's not because Russian is too difficult to learn. They follow traditional, outdated methods of memorizing grammar and translating texts. Lots of grammar, lots of translations, and very little exposure to the real Russian. Marika always wanted more grammar and more text exercises. I finally convinced her. She agreed to try my question and answer approach. 2 weeks later, she sent me this message. Your storytelling lessons are better than most native speakers. After that, she didn't work with any teachers or textbooks for several months. Now, you know what will not help you speak fast and easy in Russian. It's time to learn what will. I even have a lesson for you that's more effective than learning from a native speaker. In just a little bit I'll show it to you and prove why it's better. So what are storytelling lessons? Questions are the foundation. The teacher asks lots and lots of questions. Not those boring, complicated questions that you are used to finding in textbooks. No. The teacher asks you a lot of very simple questions, and helps you create a story. It's not important whether or not you know the answer, you just need to have a simple and quick response. Maybe you think I'm crazy. Don't you need to learn to speak beautiful, complex Russian? How are simple questions going to help? Here's the answer. Simple questions teach you to answer without hesitation, without thinking. With their help, you will learn to speak fluently and quickly, just like in a real conversation. During the lesson, you are practically overwhelmed by various questions. That type of immersion forces you to develop new skills. You learn how to speak naturally, without even thinking, without pauses. Here's a small example of what a storytelling lesson looks like. The teacher says something to begin. Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. One girl left her home and went in the forest. You just listen. You don't have to remember anything. You don't have to be super focused and tense. You just listen, like you would during a normal conversation. It's a good idea to nod your head or say Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. Then you are asked a simple question. Ушла одна девочка или две девочки? Don't rush to remember your grammar rules or build a long answer. Just say the first thing that comes into your head. For example, ушла одна девочка или две девочки? Три девочки. The most important thing is to answer quickly and out loud. I already told you that storytelling lessons are better than many lessons with teachers and native speakers. Here's why. You can do it anytime, anywhere. You won't be interrupted. The teacher listens carefully and gives you the right answer. No one laughs or criticizes you. Besides jokes, it's one of the easiest and most effective methods. When used properly, you will lose all fear of speaking in Russian. Here's a quick summary of our conversation. Repeating after a teacher or audio file will not teach you how to hold a conversation. Answering boring questions and being forced to talk by your teacher will create a language barrier, not destroy it. A lot of easy questions and answers will teach you to be fluent in Russian. At a certain level, storytelling lessons are more effective when talking to the teacher, even a native speaker. Our next lesson, as you can probably guess, will be storytelling lesson. I will have an exciting story prepared for you. I don't know how you've practiced speaking in the past, but I'm confident that you will change your approach after this lesson. You might even fire your current Russian teacher. Thanks for moving forward with us. Until next time.